Sit or lay down comfortably and become lazy and relaxed, so that the underground you lay on is starting to carry your weight, and you don't have to carry or do nothing at all anymore. Now close your eyes if it's not already happened, and let the outer images totally resign while you begin to listen to the inside. Breathe long and deep. And let yourself sink deeper with more gentle, long and deep breathing. Inhale deep. Exhale deep. Inhale deep. Exhale deep. Continue breathing like that. Then everything becomes very natural and easy to let go of all the problems of the day and life. When you go deeper and deeper and you accept consciously what is happening inside and outside of you. Clearly feel your weight on the pad as you sink deeper with each breath. Feeling the sensations of the air as it pours into your inner nostrils. Feel all the little things inside the body and just let it happen while you're lying down, and perhaps now feel somehow more confident and heavier, or soon consciously experience to give the weight and load of life back to the base you lay on, or back to Mother Earth. And it will automatically happen that you sink even deeper into that base, and the relaxation occurs without your intervention, and at the same time you imagine how comfortable it must be to let go from all your desires and the outside world. How comfortable it is to enjoy the present moment while you trust in the situation and the moment where everything essential happens by itself at this instant. Now recognize how easy it is to agree with this relaxation, which allows you to be even more indifferent of how deep you are down in trance. So you can now engage more closely to this present moment where you experience very closely to let happen what happens by itself. Everything is good and welcome on this level of relaxation, and it occurs all by itself, that you go deeper into the kingdom of images and sounds. Your neutrality is the goal of all meditation, which happens in every instant of letting go and slipping deeper as well as the breath becomes longer and deeper. Everything what does not happen by itself is as welcome in this realm of inner experience, and deep steps to yourself happen smoothly and without any special effort. Maybe you feel secure now and in harmony with the gentle rhythm of your breathing and the tranquil flow of the special sounds and the accompanying words. During release and opening becomes easier and more naturally, that the body feels free and unlimited, while you sink deeper with the next exhale and inhale, and feel at the same time lifted and carried. It reminds you again of the situation with comfort and warmth in your life, and you have arrived at a place of total security. Those situations in your life in which you felt so extraordinary, accepted and loved, now just enjoy them and surrender to this instant. It is a situation of openness and freedom, and from the inner rising warmth which wraps you, and you can feel this moment, and it is now, and you experience this situation at this moment now, and you are becoming more apparent, and the mood of this situation spreads while you receive the effect of the deeper relaxation. Time and space are becoming less important, and no matter how deep you went down in relaxation and trance, you can deeper feel the rising warmth and spreading fastness inside. With each inhale, may now or soon added a sensation of lightness, which makes you feel almost disembodied, and somehow it liberates you. And it may be that the region of the body is already ahead of the other, and feels already very wide and open, and then you go there with your attention. You welcome the sensation of lightness and warmth, and just feel now the first area of your body. A thought of lightness and expanse at that particular body region satisfies this moment and triggers the sensations to increase and deepen the feeling of openness, freedom, expanse, and warmth. In your mind, you are now above all the boundaries and sense the sensations of vast openness and freedom to any place in your body. You just need to think about this location and these feelings of freedom and expansion. deeply inhale. And deeply exhale. And continue with this healing breath even stronger. Now turn your attention to your throat. Feel into it. Here sometimes feelings of anxiety and distress are happening, and now there is again the warmth, expanse and openness of this moment, which you have experienced before. Perhaps the throat region reports a need to swallow in its own unique style and shows you that the message has arrived. And if you let your thoughts wander to the chest now, also occurs the same expansion and liberation. And you may feel it with the deepening of your breathing. Inhaling energy and let in expansion and lightness without the need to do something special. Or you feel the relaxation associated with each exhale and still goes even deeper into the realm of your soul images, to the level of spiritual realities, where the soul patterns are created and hardened. There is the only place where real changes and adaptations are possible. And as the exhalation leads you deeper, your inhalation opens you for the flow of life, which makes your chest wide and free and open. Or while the air pours in and provides space and expansion, you realize how far this open state is away from everything what has to do with anxiety or stress. Every conscious deep inhale removes you even farther away of oppressive emotions and narrowness by extending and opening towards the flow of life and your life energy, which flows in each moment with your breath. Time and space are becoming less important, and no matter how deep you are gone already, you will again realize and notice even deeper how much expansion and openness are natural opposites for fear and anxiety. In such a moment like this, full of relaxation and ease, it is not frightening at all to think about fear or anxiety, even thoughts of great fear and stress, that vague, diffused anxiety, which opposes life sometimes so fundamentally, can now be faced in this new setting without triggering the fear again. Fear and stress lives in confinement and escape, but in this current state of openness now, the fear has no chance to win the upper hand with your feelings of warmth and expansion. fear can only be a faint memory or a reminder of a condition that is robbed of its natural existence. Now use the opportunity from the safe feeling of vastness to observe the narrow areas of the fear or stress. To the extent which you can always come back to the feeling of openness and space in your chest, the fear is pointed in its place at every moment. And not only that, it can even dissolve out of the emotion of expansion. Just now, start to experiment your fear. It is very simple. You need only mentally to go to a fearful or painful situation. And when the fear rises up in the usual way, like now, or perhaps soon, let it become clearer and stronger and connect gradually again with your deep breath of expansion, warmth, and openness. And experience how you can resolve the fear anytime by enabling you to take away the foundation of it. In time and even now, you are experiencing that the same fear of that problem, which was accustomed to chase and drives you, becomes weaker and weaker and more defensive. In an attitude of general openness, like right now, it is not even easy to track the problem down. And it may be even for you, who knows fear and stresses very well, difficult to elicit it now. But if it approaches again, it will be awfully hard for it to develop itself in an atmosphere of warmth and vastness. In this atmosphere, it dissolves itself, so you can go out and hunt for your anxieties and follow each of the smaller and larger fears back to their roots. You want to hunt them down from the source situation. When you try to feel and experience the fears of your problems now, you will find out that they never stand up for themselves. They can pursue you, but they cannot take a stand. And you are aware that your fears have no power of their own, that they live by the reaction of the frightened. Only when the frightened turns and tries to escape, do fears and problems get energy and can soar up to powerful beings to bully everybody. This happens only if you empower the fears of your problems by fleeing and give it power over you. Now go after one of your specific fears or problems and experience consciously how this fear responds to your new setting and how it evaporates in the feeling of openness and expansion. Experience the fear of your fear by the feeling of warmth and acceptance. Imagine calmly and relaxed, breathing long and deep. What remains of your fear under these conditions? Now take on another fear or problem, the first one which comes up in your mind, and confront it. Let the situation appear when this specific fear was always so particularly depressing. Pursue it now with all your openness until the end of your awareness. Stay tuned to it until there is really nothing else left than a memory which you can think very relaxed about, with a free, warm feeling in the chest and free flowing breath. As soon as the breath flows calmly, deep and relaxed, while you think of this so difficult topic, the fear has no chance. This game you can play later with all your fears, stresses and problems. But now, after all these promising preliminary exercises, turn your attention to that great diffuse fear which exists without a theme by itself and feeds the other specific fears and topics with energy. It sits deep in your consciousness, and even for this deep fear, it is now not easy to deal with your feelings of openness and expansion, and it will be difficult to elicit an experience of it or sent for it. Now you can already see the power, the great fear that made you so small and tight is not able to show up. It can hardly dare to the light of consciousness, considering your courageous and open attitude. And not even the big fear takes a stand, because it can only survive from your tendencies to escape or hide. Then you feel very clearly and know for sure how lost all the other small fears and problems are, with all the stubborn contents and ideas. They really lost out to your vastness and openness. The fear itself, which is a narrowness, is now cornered, and you are able to confront it just in portions. Drag the big fear or problem, piece by piece, to the light of consciousness, and approach it with a pleasant warmth and openness. And this experience is the end of the power of that fear, and also the end of fear. You still realize the fear is not finally defeated, because you gave it indeed the power and influence it had on you. And you might even do it again when you turn away and try to flee from it. You can easily try to bring this narrowness and anxiety back by exhale once deeply and hold your breath out in this constrained, closed chest pose. If you think in this narrowness about your fear, you will very soon feel more from it. In this physical distress, cut off from the transformation, the feeling of tightness and fear can regain ground again. Now sense even how much more of this feeling you want to expect of yourself before you decide again for the openness of life. Because you can always open yourself at any time to the flow of your life energy with the breath. With the spaciousness and freedom in your chest, what happens is that the habit of being afraid or stressed out is getting limited and finally repealed. Openness and narrowness cannot exist simultaneously, which is now once and forever clear to you. You will also realize that you have now and always a choice. Both situations are possible. The narrowness or the vastness can be experienced in your chest. You reveal an essential condition of yourself. Now you take the opportunity to create an account. Which of the two parts of your being have you lived so far? Most drift to the whiteness or openness on the one, or the narrowness of the fear on the other side. And even if you have now a reliable means of dealing with anxieties, it is still possible and even important that it shows. It shows all of those areas of your life where you shrink back and close yourself up. You want to pay special attention to this, because these areas help you to get to know yourself much better. They will teach you what you don't want to accept or what you want to exclude in your life. anything what you can't accept or what you want to get rid of without understanding the meaning or emotion behind it will prevent you from an authentic life and remain as a task. Your fears can lead you directly to your tasks. Fears and stresses and problems are very valid as a leader and guide, or like a signpost to watch before they disappear in distance and become superfluous. After this realization, fears still have the task to keep warning of danger and are so very helpful. Use now the opportunity by your new secure way of dealing with your fears and problems. By watching them again, or even better, observe the formerly great fear or problem, reveal the respective anxiously shunned topics inside of you. Behind every fear or problem, however small, you will uncover a task, and the corresponding anxiety stands for a life theme still waiting for redemption. With this knowledge in the background, you can now sink deeper into relaxation and let now appear in your mind a presentation of anxiety and stress. And while you accept and tolerate it, you recognize the background of it as a sign for that accordingly topic inside of you. The topic is characterized as a neon sign in form of a symbol, or in very specific scripture, or simply an idea that at this moment rises exactly in your mind. So give now all ascending anxiety and problematic situations the chance to deliver the relevant messages for the associated topics in your consciousness. And while you can reminisce fear situation for fear situation, more and more topics come together in your mind, and you recognize more clearly the similarities behind these topics and situations. And in the background, you can see what connects all these anxieties and all these situations. That major topic clearly and seemingly appears now by itself, currently in the foreground, or it lurks in the background behind the anxieties. In time, you will be aware of just how much this subject is waiting for its processing, and with this in mind, you call for the message and look what needs still to be lived in this aspect. And like the anxiety or problems which are confronted now, like them, the message also wants to be let in and accepted with warmth, vastness and openness, and be involved in your life. When this thought scares you not even anymore. Now, after this trip to the broad level of tightness, with their limiting issues, it is obvious once again to dive into the vastness of the opposite pole and to experience the contrasts in their waiting. In fact, when expanse and narrowness meet, there will be only one winner, just as it would be when shadow is hit by light, or when you open the window of a dark room. The light will lighten up the room, the darkness leaves without a fight, just like the tightness solves into the vastness and openness too. But since fears or problems live of the energy you give to it, you decide in each moment how much fear or how much vastness and openness you allow in your life. And so go into the vastness and openness of your life again. In these areas where fears or problems have no basis, because nothing is narrow and resistant and forms are nowhere. In this vibration of vastness and openness, you can imagine every fear or anxiety in your life, or imagine even a more complicated situation of your life without offering the slightest resistance. You take the things easy, You do not fight or hold anything against it. However, but most importantly, you offer no resistance. And so you will always discover that fears and problems have no power and do not win as long as you are wide and open, or when you are accepting and allowing all and everything. And even other people and situations will stop to offer you resistance. The flow of life is moving, which is equivalent to its essence. And it may be that the experience of vastness and openness, which you have now experienced, is sufficient enough so you can be so widely and freely and easily that the borders unfold to the realm of courage and free-flowing energy. And you can see already or very soon which tasks are waiting for you if you completely resolve from the anxiety of your problems and abandon the fear. Now you begin to move beyond your boundaries and understand that life is a task which you can face any time to grow and to be more and more open to new challenges. In these areas, it also can be seen that any situation which creates anxiety simultaneously provides the opportunity to opening and outgrowing yourself. So use this opportunity of relaxation now to go deeper into the realm of courage, which is a perfect mirror of the realm of anxiety, which you had left before. You can use now the time after the meditation is over as an opportunity to further experience your vastness and infinity. Each step in this realm will continue to encourage and strengthen your self-confidence for further excursions in other areas of your life. When you now return back from your travel, do it with the 3 proven steps. Inhale and exhale powerful several times. Move, stretching and lolling, and then open your eyes again and be guided back into time and